They are saying, stop having such negative feelings. Just go out and buy stuff these days. Quit complaining that everything costs at least 20% more, maybe 50% or 100% more, and just act like everything's okay. I don't think we can do that anymore. Top story of the day. The U.S. economy is at risk of becoming a banana republic if Trump goes to jail. That's according to this ex-White House economist. Kevin Hassett says if Trump goes to Rikers, it'll be one of the largest market impacts we have ever seen. All right, let's take a look at this. I'm super curious at what this person has to say, right? As America's macroeconomic story has slowed quite considerably over the last year, one former White House advisor warns of the big risk to financial stability, right? We've all seen it, right? Everywhere you look, inflation is just basically taking down the economy. But those in charge, they don't want you to think about that. They are saying, stop having such negative feelings. Just go out and buy stuff these days. Quit complaining that everything costs at least 20% more, maybe 50% or 100% more, and just act like everything's okay. I don't think we can do that anymore. But this person's saying that if Trump goes to jail, all hell's going to break loose in the economy. I really think if you look at the case in New York, the judge is being so undemocratic, unconstitutional in his rulings against President Trump. It really looks like there's a conspiracy to put him in jail, to put him behind bars. We've all seen this, right? If Trump goes to jail, is in chains, going to Rikers Island, then would you want to buy? Oh, just reloaded. The U.S. Treasury the next day? Probably not. The U.S. GDP is the broadest measure of goods and services. It grew 1.6% on an annualized basis in the 3 months beginning January to March. It marked the slowest pace of growth in 2 years and significantly missed the 2.4% increase forecast by economists and a sharp slowdown from 3.4% seen during the fourth quarter. After posting subpar growth momentum, stock investors went into selling mode as markets reacted to the Dow Jones falling over 375 points. The thing that I'm really worried about short-term risks to the economy is that the Democrats are in serious lawfare. And if they actually succeed, then imagine, it's like we're going to be in a banana republic the moment they take them to Rikers. And I just can't imagine what happens to Treasury markets that day. Dude, I think he's got a total point, right? Like, we're all seeing it. We're all seeing how the left-wing establishment is basically saying they're going to do everything possible to take down Trump. But dude just continues to win legal battle after legal battle because they don't have anything to stand on. But the real issue, I think, is exactly what he's saying here. If they can manage to put him in shackles and take him to prison, even just for a day, even for some sort of like just public display of humiliation, that is going to set a huge ripple effect across so many markets saying, what are you guys doing? Why are you actually acting this way? What in the world are you doing sending a presidential candidate to jail? And it is absolutely reminiscent of a banana republic, of a third world country, right? That's exactly what it looks like to me. Now, whenever I thought about this, or whenever I read the story, my first thought was Banana Republic. I think the Gap owns Banana Republic. Let's take a look at the AI trading data for GPS Gap. And in fact, on today's very day, we got a buy signal on GPS. So GPS, they own Gap, Banana Republic, Old Navy, all those type of not outlet stores, but all those type of stores where my wife loves to go shopping, right? So we did get a buy signal today on that. And, we're coming into summer. Coming into vacation season, right? I just yesterday spent like $500 on different things that I needed for vacation we have coming up soon. So looking at this, to me, it kind of makes sense that the market is looking at a buy signal here on GPS because a lot of people are going to be buying a lot of stuff in the near future, and they probably are jacking up prices because of the fact that inflation's running out of control, so they can have even higher revenue. So I am curious to follow that, right? Now, looking at the performance summary here, we can see following these outlier buy and sell signals, a 170.11% return just in the last year. 170 0.11% return on gap. So gap is pretty outstanding when you look at it at the outlier data. But I want to show you something even more outstanding. I want you to head over to freetradingdata.com, where I have my free pre-market power-up checklist that I want to send to you 100% for free, no questions asked. Go over to freetradingdata.com and I'll send you my pre-market power-up checklist. So let's go see what the internet has to say about this. President Trump makes a statement saying he's willing to go to jail to fight for our Constitution and constitutional right to free speech. We're witnessing history. America is being turned into a banana republic, and this man is risking his life to save our country. I don't know. I mean, like, I just look at everything that's going on these days, and it really makes me wonder, what are they thinking? Right? What are they thinking? Why are they trying so hard to put him behind bars? Why? What is going on? Is it that they don't want to lose power? Or is it that he knows something, or he's going to put policies in place that are going to take down everything that we've seen over the last few years, all this unbelievable control that we have seen? This is funny. Well, he lost. Trump lost. LOL. Trump is all in. We need to put our best effort into making sure this election is fair by poll watching and recruiting every single possible voter for our side. I only got into politics right after the 2020 election. Before that, I really couldn't care less. But once I saw all the one thing that got me was I was watching I forget what it was. It was probably Fulton County, Georgia, where all of his legal problems are happening right now. Where they were putting up these blockers basically for the poll workers, right? And there were people just watching them cover the windows so they could do whatever manipulation they were going to do behind the scenes. And from that moment forward, I'm like, this game is so rigged. What is going on here? That was my moment, right? Tell me in the comments what your moment was when you started watching politics, right? That's why we love him. Trump is willing to risk it all for America. And this person says they are so ready for November. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in today's Outlier Live. Above, YouTube is showing you 2 videos that it thinks you're going to like. So follow the YouTube algorithm's advice and click one of these, and I'll see you on the next episode. Talk soon.